What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Bill's How To. Today I'm going to show you guys the most commonly used angle grinder blades or discs and what they're used for. Let's do this. Alright guys, so the first one on our list is the grinding disc. Easy way to know that it's a grinding disc is the thickness of it. So you can see it's relatively thick. It's got a flange up on top, and you can also see the back section of that flange. You'll notice that there's got some reinforced mesh in here. That allows you to use it for grinding, not only on the flat surface here, but also on the edge. To be 100% honest, I don't use a grinding disc very often at all. I think it's very industry specific. So if you're doing any kind of metal fabrication or welding, you might use a grinding disc like this one here. Most people that tend to do grinding now have switched over to a flap disc, which looks very similar, but it'll have sandpaper on the face edge here instead of using this reinforced mesh. So the benefit to that is not only can you use the flap disc on metal, but you can also use it on other materials. So this one here is specific for metal, but like I said, I very rarely use a grinding disc. Most times I tend to use the cutting disc. This one here is the most commonly used disc out there. I'm not sure if you guys call it blade or discs, but I call them both. So this one here is very, very thin. As you can tell there, it's got 1.2 millimeters of thickness, very nice and flat, and this allows you to cut through metal, pretty much all types of metal material, like cutting a hot knife through butter. So it works very, very well. The benefits of having it nice and thin, not only are you able to get a bit more speed on that because of less weight, but you're also able to cut through that material nice and easy without having too much pressure on your tool. So you can see here I use the Ryobi, so I don't need it to spin very fast, to be 100% honest. The thickness of the discs allows you to get through that cutting of the material very, very easily. Another thing that people don't really realize, I've had somebody ask me recently about this, cutting through plastic. How do you cut through plastic, and can you do it through a grinder? To be 100% honest, I use the cutting disc and also cut through plastic. A lot of people tend to jump on their reciprocator saw or the Sawzall straight away, but I tend to go for the cutting disc. Now it works very, very well. I'm going to show you a few demonstrations as we go along. So I use this to cut basically all my drainage pipe, any kind of PVC pipe or plastic trim, and the upside is I can not only cut it, but I can also grind and resurface the area. So I'll show you guys a few demonstrations using these ones here. So we're going to start off with the cutting disc, and we're going to be using it on some 40 by 40 steel post. And then rather than moving over onto the grinding disc, we can use the cutting disc once again, and we can clean this edge off. So this time around, we're going to be cutting some plastic PVC drainage pipe using the cutting disc once again. The benefits of using the cutting disc is it gives it a nice, clean, thin cut with no mess. You don't have to switch over to a different tool, and it does no damage to the disc whatsoever. So you can alternate from steel to plastic using the same blade with no problem. So this demonstration is specifically for the viewer that has asked me to do so. Once that's done, even with this blade here, we can still clean off all these little mess that we've left on the edges. And it's nice and easy all in the one blade. Next one on the list is called a diamond blade bit, or some people call them a turbo bit, depending on the manufacturer. So you can see here, it's made of steel. It's got the little grooves on the outside. This one here is mainly designed for concrete, clay, brick, cement, even stone, anything like that, your type of masonry work. And to be 100% honest, I use this also for tiles. So this one here is a dry application. You don't need to add any water. You can use this on your grinder, cut through your concrete, your stone and your bricks and whatever else. And like I said, I use this for tiles. Now, anytime I've got a tiling job that I need a really, really clean cut on it, or it's going to be a very exposed area, what I tend tend to go for is the tile specialty bit. So this one here is designed just for tiles. You can see it's nice and thin. It doesn't have any grooves around the outside, and that allows you to get a nice clean cut on your tiles. So there you have it, guys. That's 4 of the most commonly used angle grinder blades or discs, especially in the industry that I work for, which is maintenance. So these ones here get me out of all the trouble. Some people out there might use other specialty bits or specialty blades for certain applications, but these ones here are generally the ones that most people are going to tend to go for. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Billshowto.